Hey Reds, this is Reds Down Under, and this is going to be a special episode for Diogo Jota. We're going to be celebrating his life. It's going to be me and Jack.
And yeah, it's an emotional one, Reds. It was a tough one for us to do, but we hope you like it and we hope you find something, hopefully peaceful, something funny about it, something to steal an hour or so out of your day.
Before we get going, I'd like to thank Redboat Ventures, our production partner, who help us out with kit and logistics. They've been brilliant in getting this pod off the ground. If you haven't followed us already on social media, please do.
At Reds Down Under.
Yeah. There's loads of you that listen who don't follow us on social media.
Give it a follow.
Give us a follow at Reds Down Under podcast. Before we get going into this as well, I wanted to tell you about a Red up in Queensland who's doing it a bit tough at the moment, Jessica. She's got a condition and they're raising money for her. They're trying to raise $80,000 to help her with equipment and things around the house that might make it a bit easier for her to live a good life. And she also has a dream to go to Anfield and stand on the Kop and watch the Reds as well. So if you'd like to get involved with that, you can do it. I'll put a link in here. People have already been really supportive. So
yeah, I've seen Wayne's been posting about it. So.
Yeah. Wayne at the L Files has been posting about it as well. So please do get involved with that. It's our Anthony's been banging the drum, and quite rightly so. So let's support a Red in Australia. This is the Jota special. As Jack said, we hope that you enjoy it and that it brings a little bit of comfort up the Reds.
This is the Reds Down Under podcast, the best place to follow the Reds in Australia. Enjoy the show.
We are the Reds Down Under, and this is our podcast.
So Jack, 2 weeks ago, obviously,
yeah,
we lost Diogo Jota and his brother Andre. It's been a massively emotional time for all Reds, really, all around the world. I mean, your top line. I mean, it was devastating news, wasn't it?
I mean, just to hear it, I think everyone feels the same way on this. How they heard it, whether they're watching the news or you were told by a family member, or I to be honest, I still can't quite wrap my head around it. I was on my way home from work because it was 6 o'clock, something like that, here in Sydney, and my missus texted me, and usually the text message comes through the car and I'll press it, and I was like, oh, I'll just read that in a minute, and then I seen the text then when I stopped, and it just said, can't believe the news about Jota, please be careful, and I was just like, what's she talking about? And then to go on the internet and have a look and start seeing it all, and to be honest, it's 2 weeks now and it still doesn't feel real. It's still, I still don't feel like it's real. Doing this podcast, although like we know how important it is to celebrate his life and him and his brother, and this is genuinely one of the hardest things I've done. Like to be able to sit down and talk about it, and on the way over here today, I was absolutely just dreading it, thinking about it, wanting to talk about it. So yeah, and I think everyone feels exactly the same way. Everyone I've spoken to feels exactly the same way. You know. So how did you get the news?
So I was cooking the tea, as I always have to do. I was cooking the tea, and I got a message back from. We've got a group chat with our friends, the Ravels back in Liverpool, and Adam put a message in the group, and I think like all of us, really, it just absolutely hit me like a train.
Yeah.
It's like the least thing you expect. As a fan.
Yeah.
is for like there's been some terrible things happening in football with players like Salah,
Yeah, Cheick
Tiote.
Reyes, but I think it's the fact he's very much in his prime.
Yeah,
I think that's a weird. It's a weird thing to get your head around because he's so in the public eye. The only way I can honestly describe, and I asked Mum about this. I said, "Is this how it felt when Princess Diana died?" Because this is the only thing I can compare it to. Someone who's so beloved, so universally loved, and then losing her life at such a young age in such a tragic way. And my mum was like, "Yeah, it's probably the nearest thing," because you know, 28 years of age and as younger. Oh, it's just, I honestly still can't get my head around it. It doesn't make any sense. What I feel for that family is just beyond words, absolutely beyond words.
I think as well that the timing of it, with it being obviously he just won the Premier League, which I'm sure it was a dream come true for us, wasn't it? You know, to be a player and to win the Premier League is a different kettle of fish, isn't it? He obviously, you know, he's got 3 kids there. He's just got married. I think all these things add to the sort of the layers of it. Like, he wasn't a party boy, was he?
No,
he was.
No.
He was a regular fella.
Yeah.
Who was just really good at football. And I think that adds a lot to it. I think the certain players, and we've talked about these certain players on the podcast before, you know, and players who we love who just feel like they're a bit different than other players.
They're a bit like us.
Yeah. You know, Diogo was a bit like us. Like, he had a great attitude.
Yeah.
You know, he appeared, I never met the guy, but he appeared to be a really humble fella who just wanted to be the best footballer he could be. And when he signed, he was talking about, you know, my job is to score goals.
Yeah.
That's my job, you know, and that's what I'm hopefully coming here to do. And he did. The amazing thing about doing this podcast is that we're connected with a lot of people in Australia who are going through a very similar sort of feeling to us. Everyone obviously deals with it in their own way. I know in Queensland, a couple of the people in the supporters group up there, they I don't know what the word is, but they had like a memorial and people left shirts and flowers and stuff, and everyone's dealing with it in their own way, aren't they?
Like a vigil for them.
Yeah.
And it's so strange, like, to be this upset about someone I've never met before.
Yeah.
You know? I've only actually ever seen him play football in the flesh once.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Once?
Yeah.
Was that against Spurs?
Yeah, when I went home last year. I've only ever seen him I've only been in the same place as him once.
And he scored that cracker at the last minute.
And it's just, you know, it's so unusual because we follow these players and we idolise them, and, you know, they are very much part of what brings us joy in life. You know, them getting 3 points, getting a big result, playing, doing what all of our dreams are, is to wear that shirt and play for Liverpool. But yeah, like I say, I can't quite believe it. The idea of, you know, the poor mum and the poor family, is 2 sons, and he's a father, he's a husband, and it kind of makes you. I'd like to know how many people reached out to someone after that, because although he is a football player, he's a 28-year-old man with the world quite literally at his feet and everything there, and he's not going to come home again, you know? And I think it puts a lot of things into perspective for a lot of people. and it's, you know, I honestly, like, can I ask how you felt about seeing the players at the stadium? Did you see the players went to an hour to the memorial site for them? Seeing like the expressions on the faces of Robertson and Van Dijk and Salah, they all look so deflated.
Yeah,
You
of
know?
course, yeah. Well, he's
that's their brother, that's their teammate.
yeah, he's he's with them lads every day, isn't he? You know, and to be honest, for me, it was like, we were born. I was born the year after Hillsborough. You were born quite a few years later, and when you look at that time, I know it's very different. 97 people died that day. 96 people died, and we lost one more later, 97. And seeing like Kenny Dalglish and the players and stuff around Anfield and around the fans at that time, it felt like, it was obviously huge. It was absolutely huge, and a big emotional thing for fans and for players, for everyone associated with the club. And this was obviously very similar to that in that way.
And when you listen to Kenny and those people who were there at that time, they talk about the burn they felt after it. Obviously, like Kenny, did he last another year, 2 years, and then he had to go. He just had to get away from it because it is that all-consuming, and I do feel for these players who've played with this lad, known him, went to his wedding, you know what I mean? Know the guy, know his family, and then have to go to train and I'm not be there anymore. And they should all feel on top of the world still, because they are the Premier League champions. And yeah, it's such a weird. I feel this weird thing about the football season coming back. Like, ultimately, it doesn't matter, but of course it matters, because they will want it to matter, because they'll want to try and ease that pain a little bit by doing what they can and being together and being a team. I think the way the club's acted has been remarkable, just quite honestly remarkable.
Yeah, mate, I completely agree. When it happened, I'm in quite a few of the groups across Australia, across the country, and even at that point, a consistency there. It was really interesting, actually, because there was consistent comments for people who were like, I hope the club retire the number 20 shirt. And then other people were saying, he's only just died, there's more important things than this, like, you're worrying about that. But that's what you do in grief. People worry about worry about different stuff.
Yeah, everyone grieves differently.
And to some people, retiring that number 20 shirt was a huge thing that they wanted the club to do out of respect. And the club have done that. I think being part of this football club, and we spoke about it with the car incident that happened, and I think we've all counted our lucky stars there.
Yeah, for sure.
That it wasn't as bad as that could have been. But we talked about, because of the way the football club is, because it's such an emotional football club, and the way that we as fans are embedded within the culture of the football club, moments like this, winning the Premier League, I think means more than any other fan base in the world, because it means so much, personally. And then obviously losing Diogo is the opposite of that, but has the same emotional effect.
Yeah, the emotional togetherness through it all is something that I do. Remarkable is the word I used before. because unfortunately as a club we have had a lot of grief to deal with. We've had a lot of sad time. Don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of joyous times, a lot of big cup wins, a lot of happy moments with our players scoring late winners and going on to win things and being dominant and taking over the world, you know, Liverpool fans all over the world. But the moments, I think, unfortunately, that make us who we are is having to deal with the adversity such as this, you know, such as the incidents at the parade, Hillsborough, Heysel. Even if you look back at the Liverpool in the 80s, under, you know, the political outfit that was in charge of the country at the time.
The city of Liverpool, you mean?
The city of Liverpool. But the fan base of Liverpool, because that is universal. And I think everyone, we all understand that it's our team we support and the team we love, but it does mean more. It means more. Like Klopp, that this means more. It does mean more. And it's just awful, but I feel like we all will come through this together. I think it's... I don't know when the hurt is going to stop on it. I really don't. We could win every single game next season and I don't think the hurt goes away. I think it's just there now. And it's, you know, it's going to take time and it's going to take a lot for us to get over it, but it is there and we need to use it the same way we use the good moments that make us love the club, you know. We have to use it and use his memory, use his family and go and push on and be as good as we can be and represent ourselves, and the players represent themselves and the club represent themselves as we should in the memory of the people we've unfortunately lost with this club. So yeah, like I say, what the way the club's reacted, the way the fan base has reacted, and I've got to say, the way a lot of other fan bases reacted, just unbelievable. The messages I've had from other fan bases, you know, people I know, because it's such a sore point, this at the minute. It's such a hard thing to deal with, and I think everyone, I've seen a lot of humanity in football in the last couple of weeks. I've seen a lot of humanity, because to those people that could be their player, or, you know what I mean? It's not like anyone hated Diogo Jota. no one disliked Diogo Jota.
Maybe Arsenal fans, because he always scored against
the Arsenal. He
always
scored against them, but yeah, it's just it's a tough time. But look, we'll get through it. We'll come through it. It's just going to hurt us for a very long time, and that'll always be there. He'll always be part of our club. He'll always live in our memory. I think his name will be sung at every single game till the end of time. He'll always be there with us. But yeah, like I say, I don't think it's something like straight away after it. What we did was we went and had a skin full of beers, didn't we? We just needed to be together, tell some stories about it in our own way, hold a wake, if you like, which is, you know, culture we grew up with, didn't it, at home, and told story. This is about a man we've never known, we've never met, but someone we love and care for so much. And I think a lot of people said the same thing. I see you put a message out, didn't you, on socials this week about anyone, how they've felt about it, or any stories, or anything. Have you got anything that came through?
Well, the thing is that most messages that came through, I'm not going to mention, because I thought what we would get some of is people talking about Jota as the player, the goals, and also for people to share the sort of the feelings as well. And people did share their feelings on it. But I'm not gonna read those out. I think
that's fair.
I think, you know, we put out and said that we were there for people to talk to, and anyone who sent a message through to Reds Down Under will know. Well, obviously they'll know I've tried to get back to as many people as possible and talk to people. So, but, you know, like, not to sort of, you know, like, go over the top with it. But yeah, I got a message through, and this person said to me, you know, like, this was shortly after, and he said, you know, this has been one of the worst nights of my life.
Yeah.
And the only thing that they could parallel that with was their dad dying.
Wow.
And that's unbelievable to think, and some people might listen to that and think, yeah, your dad dying's so much different than a footballer dying, but when we're so invested in these lads, and I think that I think a lot of people out there were feeling the same sort of thing, and people do their own tributes. Like one of the lads who follows him and his mate got tattoos. That's what they wanted to do.
They got tattoos.
They got
Oh,
tattoos.
that's amazing.
You know, people.
Shout out to those guys. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
People, as you say, we're having vigils. Everyone's doing their own thing, and I think, you know, moving forward, and we do have to move forward. I think the football club now is not putting it to bed, but I think they've done what they wanted to do publicly.
Yeah.
His wife and his family are looked after.
Yeah.
They're going to be paying out that contract.
Yeah, which is amazing. Which we can all agree is 100% the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And what I love about Liverpool, like we've spoken about this before, is if they ever do get something wrong, they make sure they never get it wrong again. And they were in front of this on it. You know, you've got to remember as well for the club, for the likes of your Edwards and your Julian Ward, and like these are people who signed them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like you could look at them as the club, but these are people who know him and have known him for years, known him, the man, the character. But yeah, the way the club's responded has been first class, genuinely first class.
Yeah.
And they've done everything you'd want them to do in that situation.
Yeah.
You know, so that's. I feel very lucky to be a Liverpool fan, even in the unfortunate times.
Yeah, I'm very proud of my football club.
Proud, very proud.
I'm very proud of my football club. Well, as I say, you know, moving forward, we will still be here for people who want to talk about it. We try and have a big laugh as much as we can every week on Reds Down Under. But, you know, if there's any, you know, at any moment anyone's having a bit of a tough time with it, just reach out to us, let us know. Because we'd be more than happy to have the crack with you about it. We're going to do something that we don't do very often on Reds Down Under. We're going to take a quick break. It won't be a break for you, really. It'll be really quick in the edit. But I think it's important for me and Jack to just have a little breather for a second. And when we come back, we'll be celebrating Diogo.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about him as a player. And we'll be talking about some of them cracking goals that he scored in a red shirt. Right, Reds, we're back. Let's talk about Diogo, the player.
Let's talk about him.
Because he's a fucking cracking player.
Yeah.
We signed him from Wolves the year we won the league, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So we just won the league and we signed him.
Do you remember who else we signed that day?
Thiago. Did we?
Yeah. This is a Michael Edwards masterclass.
Yeah.
He went to Bayern, who just won the Champions League, I believe. Did Bayern win the Champions League that year?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, with Coutinho on the side as well.
Yeah.
He goes to them and he says, that Thiago's a good player. And they're like, yes, he is. And he's like, how much? And they're like, 60 million. He's like, we can't pay that. We're a bit cash strapped. COVID and all that. And he gets on for 35 million, Thiago.
Bargain.
And the very same day, I think we spent 40 million on Jota.
Didn't we sign Thiago first and then we signed Jota?
Yeah.
We signed Jota for 40 million.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you, when we signed him, underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I seen him obviously for Wolves.
Yeah.
He
He was injured a lot for Wolves though, Tom.
He was injured a lot for us, wasn't he? He was
God
injured.
bless him. Yeah, he was.
He was injured a lot for us. It was because he was playing FIFA all the time. We signed him, and I weren't gutted by any stretch.
Yeah.
I think when Liverpool sign a player, it's a little bit different now because sort of the players who were sort of after now
Yeah.
are probably higher caliber. You know, Kerkez is like, he's on his way there.
Yeah, yeah.
Frimpong's on his way there. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Jota was a bit of a surprise.
Especially because if you remember that summer and the season before, Adama Traore was the man
Yeah.
in the Premier League. So that was the links all summer that was the links all throughout the season really. Adama Traore in the summer.
Yeah.
In the summer, that's him. That's who we're getting. His big muscly arms like me.
Yeah.
All oiled up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like me. And don't look at them like that. They say the camera adds £10. I have the two on my arms. And then it was Jota, and it did kind of come out of nowhere. But straight away, you could see how good he was. You know, it was. It didn't take him long at all in a Liverpool shirt for us to go, because we had Firmino as our number 9.
And he was for Klopp. Firmino appeared to be the perfect number 9, right? And he was in many ways, like.
Yeah.
Because I think Jota, when he was playing at Wolves, I think he played sort of from the left, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think they played Adama on the right. You know, he could beat 9 men and then put it in Rosette.
Yeah.
And then you had who's the lad who plays for Fulham now?
He got the concussion, didn't he? He's Mexican, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't think of what his name is.
That'll come to us.
Yeah.
People will be screaming.
Yeah.
Gary
Birtles.
How many times in that podcast did my dad talk about Gary
By the way, I
Birtles?
just want to say, my dad was brilliant on your fan stories episode.
He was good, wasn't he?
Genuinely, it's my favourite episode you've had on this. You got a message, didn't you, about me dad being on?
Yeah, someone sent me a message. Who sent me that message?
Gary Birtles.
Gary Birtles sent a text in. No,
Yeah.
someone sent me a message and went, I'm 20 minutes in to the podcast
Yeah.
with your dad, and it's fucking brilliant listening to your old man. I was like, he's only 20 minutes in.
Yeah, no, it was
good.
Genuinely brilliant. If anyone hasn't watched it, check it out after this episode. He was phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
we talk about the 80s, don't we? And because he doesn't really allude to it all that much, but my dad was.
Andy.
He was in with the lads, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a hooligan, I wouldn't say me half fella, but
just
too little to be a hooligan.
Just handy.
But yeah, no, talking to my dad was amazing.
Yeah.
But
Gary Birtles.
But Gary Birtles,
So,
yeah. What were we talking about?
The centre forward for
Talking about
Wolves.
Jota.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I keep thinking Raul Jimenez.
Hey, together. Strike partnerships.
But Jota played from the left, and he came in. But we already had Sadio there, didn't we?
Yeah.
He was the man, like. Jota came in, and because I was watching the club put up a video of all of Jota's goals, and it hit me like he signed for Liverpool, and it was COVID. So all the stadiums were empty and all that.
Yeah. His announcement video is on an iPhone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's literally on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But he came in, mate, and like that lad could just score goals, couldn't he? Like,
and it's so funny seeing because although we'd won the title, and obviously Salah and Mane were just lethal that season. We still always had that little bit of a thing of like a forward who would just do anything for a goal kind of thing.
yeah.
And he automatically like made that impact of like, oh, this fella can volley a ball. You know what I mean? He'll stick his toe on the end of something. He very much became a player in clutch moments who you wanted to do it. You know what I mean?
Well, we've said it before about Diogo on the pod, and I always strongly believe this was, I think in the Premier League, Erling Haaland is the one man you want in the box. Like
the best finisher in the league.
The best finisher will sniff out a moment out of anywhere. Left foot, right foot header.
Yeah.
And after him, a fully firing Diogo Jota.
Yeah.
And anyone who does the fancy football knows as well. As soon as you hear Jota's fit, you're like, I might have a sniff at Jota. He's only $8 or whatever it is.
Jota's been in training twice this week, and you're like, so you're telling me there's a chance? You're telling me there's a chance? What a lethal finisher, man. Genuinely, just I think back the season we were chasing the quadruple. The first time under Klopp, I think it was.
Isn't it good that we've chased it a couple of times?
Yeah, I mean, you don't listen, but you still believe in it. And I remember we must have played Arsenal like 3 times, what felt like 3 times in 2 weeks. That's what it felt like. And I was driving in the car with a friend of mine named Mamadou.
Great guy, by the way. Mamadou doesn't listen, does he?
No, he doesn't listen.
Mamadou, great guy from Guinea.
Yeah, he's from Guinea, where Naby Keita's from.
Yeah.
Naby Keita and my mate Mamadou, that's Guinea, right there.
Yeah.
The country peaked 2 of the greatest people ever.
Great guy.
Anyway, and we're in the car and I'm driving, as I always do. He calls himself my driving assistant. He doesn't like passenger princess, does Mamadou. Anyway, I've got the car on, so it's coming through the Bluetooth to speak, so I'm listening to the game. And he's got the game on his lap, and Jota scores. And I went, who was that? And he goes, Jota. And I went, and he goes, eyes on the road, bro. And you can't clip that.
No.
You cannot clip that. You'll beat me up for that.
Yeah.
And it just felt like in those games where, in my head, it just seems like Arsenal midweek.
Yeah, well, well, he loved scoring against Arsenal, I think.
And Tottenham as well.
And Tottenham.
Yeah.
One of the goals that stood out to me, we were thinking about our favourite Diogo goals, and by the way, when I talk about our favourite Diogo goals, Diogo Jota didn't score one screamer for Liverpool. I watched them all before. He scored good great goals, great finishes.
There's one I can see in my head with his left foot though, and he just volleys it in the top corner.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Great finishes.
Great finishes, but there wasn't like a ball outside like a Nunes. Nunes, you can pick out a couple of screamers.
Xavi Alonso from the halfway.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the goals that stood out was Arsenal in the League Cup quarter final in the yellow kit.
I think that's what I'm thinking of. When I see that yellow kit, I just think of Jota.
Yeah, I think of it with the it had the red and yellow squares on the collar.
Yeah.
But
it was a horrible kit as well.
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah. And yeah, the ball gets played through, and he looks a mile offside in live, and he dinks it over. I think Ramsdale was in goal.
Yeah.
And the flag goes up offside, and he's going mad, Jota. Like, he's convinced he's onside. He knows, and then the goal gets given. But just like the ability to score right foot, like left foot headers.
Oh, he's great in the air as well, man.
Well, I've got a couple of stats. You know me, I don't like to go mad on the stats.
Yeah.
But according to the stats, he played 182 competitive games for Liverpool. He scored 65 goals, which is like 1 in 3, innit?
Yeah.
To anyone who's any good at maths. And 13 of those goals were headers.
Wow.
Which is quite a lot for a guy. He's only a little
He's
guy.
5'8" or so.
Yeah. And the amount of times I watched these goals back, when I watched these goals back, the amount of times he would score a header in between 2 6'4" centre halves, but he'd just be right bang in the spot.
He's the smallest man on the pitch, but Jota gets the head of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Sue Smith's like, that was a great goal, that.
Right on the apex of the box. Sue Smith.
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned it before. you only got to see him play once live in the flesh.
In the flesh, yeah.
I never got to see him live.
Did you not?
No, because I haven't been back since I came over here.
He signed in 2021.
Yeah, well, it's 2020.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, 2020,
Yeah.
2021.
So I never got to
You
see him
never
live.
play? Oh wow, yeah, it was. It's quite interesting. Anyone will know this who has been fortunate enough to get over there and to watch a game in the flesh, because you start noticing player movements, because obviously the TV and the camera angles only show so much, and you start appreciating what players do, kind of in spite and despite what the cameras do show. I think that a lot. Like, we used to joke on certain players at Liverpool who you'd be like, oh yeah, he knows this wasn't on the telly because you were giving it all game. But yeah, and someone like Jota, and it's something we really appreciate. You just spoke about it with my dad on Fan Stories, about that the pressing player and going to win balls back. I see that from watching Jota, of that, just like, he wasn't the biggest lad at all, but getting stuck into stuff. And that's things we absolutely love as fans, man. Absolutely love. You take work rate and determination over so many things, which, you know, it shows why some players, it hasn't worked out at Liverpool, and some players became cult heroes or became big fan favourites, because once that gear flipped and, you know, they're willing to do anything they can to get that ball and get a chance and whatever. So yeah, that's I'm disappointed that you never got to see that.
Yeah, I'm like.
But you've got a lovely time.
Yeah,
You've got a lovely time.
I got a lot of vitamin D over here, mate.
Yeah,
I tell you.
Yeah.
He scored a great goal in that game that you were there against Spurs. We were winning 3-1.
Oh, it's a mad game, that.
They pulled it back to 3-3, and Richarlison, of all players, scored a last-minute equaliser.
No, I went at that game.
Oh, you weren't?
You're thinking of, yeah.
No, that was that game.
It weren't. No, you're thinking of when Richarlison took his top off in front of the fans and Jota went up the other end. I went at that game.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Oh, I bet you wish you were at that game.
Yeah, and I'll be honest
What
with
one were you at?
When you said he scored in that game, I was thinking, did he? But Adam, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, I was jet lagged and amateur. I can't remember. I think from the game I was at, if it was a 4-3 or something, 4-2.
Well, that was 4-3.
No, it weren't that game. I know the one you're talking about, Jota, 92nd minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Bad pass back.
Yeah. It takes it on the left.
Takes it on the left.
He scored a lot of them goals coming off the left like that, man.
Well, he scored a great one there at Goodison Park.
Yeah.
The ball gets fed into him with a little bit of pace, and he opens up his body on the centre-back, and he sort of pinned the centre-back, and he's flicked it with the inside of his left boot, and he span, and then he's just fucking buried it past little arms, Pickford.
Little T-Rex arms.
Yeah, any other goal he would have saved it.
Special finisher, man. Special finisher. I was kind of glad, to be honest. The last time I was on, we were talking about. I can't remember what the podcast was of, but we were talking about I'd been watching like the big moments of the league title winning season. I was talking about Jota and about the goals he'd scored and the moments he was involved in. And this was 3-4 weeks ago.
It was the week before.
Was it
he
the
died,
week before?
yeah.
So it'll be 3 weeks ago this week.
Which annoyed. By the way, side note, I cut that to release as a social video.
Oh, did you?
And didn't release it, obviously.
Because it was that week?
Because it was that week.
Oh, wow. And in that, it was like, Jota the Slaughter! And my missus laughed her head off at it. Jota the Slaughter!
Because I've always called him the Slaughter.
Yeah.
I think, I thought it was like uniquely me, but I don't think it is, you know.
It's not because it rhymes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what he does. But, Yeah, and you know one thing I'll say, it's like you made the joke before about Diogo with his up to like playing FIFA. He is genuinely the best striker in FIFA history.
Yeah,
Like, you
Yeah.
want him in your team.
yeah. He will score you goals, like.
It's like, he was an amazing footballer, but I reckon because he was that highly ranked, they'd be like, Joe, we can't pay you professionally. We're like, put them ratings up, lad.
Yeah.
I can turn on a sixpence.
Put me first touch up. Every time we play FIFA or whatever, and we'd start a new career mode or whatever, we'd always be looking to sign Jota. You'd normally get him for around 50 million, wouldn't you?
Yeah. You'd be like, it's goals guaranteed. Goals guaranteed.
He scored an absolutely cracking goal. Remember the one against Arsenal where he did like a Firmino and he sat them all down.
Yeah. Sat 3 or 4 down. Yeah. It's just magic, man. It's just absolutely magic. Like the one against Leicester when he got the winning pen in the League Cup. And he's straight in front of them. He's like, oh, mate. Oh, what a player. What an absolute player. And you know, the celebrations, I used to go, what's he doing baby shark for? But if you're scoring that many goals, you whip out whatever celebration you want. You know? And he became so iconic, and that's just we were talking about like how like the players and the ex-teammates and seeing people doing the celebrations, you know, the game and one and the shark or even the eyes and all that. Yeah, just amazing, man. Seeing that.
They've become so iconic. And because another thing I can't remember, but you know, Cole Palmer does the chili thing. The cold. Jota was doing that.
Was he?
Yeah, 3 years ago, Cole, you fucking robbing bastards.
Yeah, it was just one player of the tournament.
By the way, as well,
yeah,
on that one, the Club World Cup that none of us cared about, but Chelsea won.
Yeah.
Congratulations, I guess.
Yeah.
They're the champions of the world.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah, good for them.
The Europa Conference winners.
Yeah.
Did you see Enrique chin one of the players?
Well, he tried to grab him on the neck, Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro, yeah.
But, did you see...
Was it Pedro Neto?
No, I don't know if Pedro Neto played.
Okay.
Because he was good mates with Jota, wasn't he? Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this, by the way, watch it.
It sounds like AI. I thought it was AI when I watched it.
Right. Chelsea win the Club World Cup. And did you know Reece James is still playing football?
I thought it was his sister.
She's a fucking player.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
She is a footballer, mate.
Yeah.
I seen her play for England in the Women's World Cup in Sydney.
Yeah.
And she was like 3 women.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pushing them all off and beast.
Yeah.
So the Chelsea win the Club World Cup, and you know, good for them. You know, whatever. And Donald Trump gives them the trophy, but then Donald Trump stays
in there.
Yeah. He stays on the podium for the trophy lift, and even James, I think, says to him, "Are you gonna go?"
No,
and he's like, "No way."
Yeah. We did a great thing, Chelsea and I.
Yeah.
An amazing thing. Yeah, amazing. He just stayed there, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's just stayed there.
You know what? We can't say anything negative about him because we might be on the way to might be something happening
in the States.
Yeah, might be something going on, mightn't there?
Yeah. You all right, Don?
Yeah. Moving on swiftly from Donald Trump.
You can't talk about it either, Taylor.
Who? Taylor?
Just moving on swiftly.
Oh, moving on.
Oh, right, let's get back to
it. All right, Jack. So we're gonna be losing an amazing footballer, right?
Yeah.
And I had like this little horrible moment because I was basically winding myself up and thinking about when I think that this is going to come back and hurt. And I was thinking about it and I was like, you know when it's the 89th minute and Liverpool needs a goal
I hadn't thought about that.
Right.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
How many times, or 80th minute, we're chasing a game.
Yeah.
How many times have one of us turned to each other and gone, we need to get Jota on.
Yeah.
Why isn't Jota warming up?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be moments like that where it's gonna sneak up on us. This is gonna sneak up on us for a little while.
Remember that he's not there.
Yeah.
No, I actually hadn't thought about that. That's all right, actually. Wow, that hadn't even crossed my mind, man.
Yeah. Well, I've been like torturing myself, like
thinking
about this shit, like.
Tough place to live in your head, mate.
Yeah, my head's a tough place, mate. Our kid's mental health trained.
Tough place in there. Yeah. Now, what's good about you is, you know what they say, you share a problem, it's a problem half.
Yeah, I share it with all you lot.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we're all going through it now. Yeah, no, I hadn't thought about that, man. That's crazy to think about because there has been so many moments where you're like, what's he doing? Get him on.
Yeah, get Jota on. You see Nunes warming up, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Did you see he got a couple of goals there against? By the way, Preston offended. It was going to be tough for anyone who had to beat that game, didn't it, really? But yeah, Preston, classies and. And it's good to see the players with some sort of smile on the face again.
Yeah, well, you know, at the end of the day, like, what a privilege, privilege it is to play for Liverpool Football Club. Like, what an absolute honour, like.
Yeah.
And they should continue to play with smiles.
Yeah.
And you know, to a degree, they need to kick on like nothing's happened in a way. They need to. You know, like we spoke about, funny enough, about Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
At the end of last season and talking about him, and I have to say about Darwin, right? Convinced he's going. I don't think he's made it, right? But you know what? There's just this little bit of me still that I can't lose. I can't get rid of it, and it's that. But wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if he stayed? And he went, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Like, wouldn't it be great?
I'm honestly, you know, we had a conversation. I can't remember. We met so many great people the night we lifted the title. We were at Cheers Bar, and I was talking to a few of them, and they were talking about Núñez, and I went, if Virts is coming, I think they'll trial Núñez for another year. Because, or at least 6 months, because they're not going to lose anything financially by giving it a go for 6 more months or whatever, you know what I mean? Get to January. And I am convinced he's staying.
Well, maybe he will.
I'm convinced he's staying, and I think there's an element to that. I also think it'd be a very tough place to leave at the minute, Liverpool, and not because we're Premier League champions, because of that, the unity in the team. I'm feeling for Kelleher so much right now. And for Trent.
Yeah.
Because they are not just around their people when this like this happens.
Just because they signed a contract with a different club, they have literally just left their mate.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I hope they're getting what they need from those places. The clubs doing what they can for them, because, you know, the similar thing to, you know, like Neto and like his mates who are at, you know what I mean, or his mates in the international team and whatever. Like, their clubs, respective clubs and nations, are gonna have to do their best to support those players. 100% they are. But I think to leave all of that and go somewhere else and deal with it, I think would just be an extra step. So I genuinely have this thing of, like, I kind of didn't think he was going to go, Núñez, anyway. And then I have this again now where I'm like, well, look, if he's actually man, doesn't hurt to run down his contract a bit more until January. Doesn't hurt it at all. And give it a go with the best, you know, one of the best attacking midfielders in the world behind him. And I think after this with Diogo, I don't know, I just kind of see there may have been conversations going on there behind the scenes about, you know, offers and whatever. And I personally, and I know they say you shouldn't think with your heart in football, it's your head. Personally, there's something there that just makes me think, not yet. You know what I mean?
Let's keep him here.
Yeah,
He's still our boy.
And I think him personally going, well, not yet. Like, you know what I mean? That's like, look, that it's not going to hurt us if that's in January.
Yeah, he's our boy.
We've got enough pain going on right now that, you know, even if it's the first the first 10 games of the season, there's bigger things going on than that. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. I completely agree. But when we were talking about him, and we were saying, you know, if he we were talking about Nunes, if he was to leave, but he puts that big trophy in that cabinet, the Premier League trophy, he's done his job. That's what a Liverpool player has to do.
That's what he was signed for.
That's what he was signed for.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, is to win those big trophies. Now, Jota did win the big trophies, Jack.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at some of these honours. Now, there will be players in history who've won more honours than this. But it's what these honours meant to us is the important thing, isn't it? He won the FA Cup against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Pens.
Yeah.
Beautiful. He played in the final as well.
Yeah.
Played in the League Cup final. Pens, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chelsea fucking hated us at this point. He didn't win the Champions League. But he did
final that year as well, wasn't it?
But he did play in the final in Paris.
Quadruple chase year.
Where we got edged out by Real Madrid. But then he did cap it off, Jack, his Liverpool career, with the Premier League trophy.
Did he not win enough League Cup with us? He must have done when the kids played.
Oh, he did. He must have done, yeah.
When
Well, these are wrong.
Van Dijk scored. No, they're not wrong. There's just one missing on it.
Yeah, he must have won 2 League Cups. Because we have won 2 League Cups in this period, haven't we?
Yeah, must have, yeah.
But Jack, let's...
And then Nations League, is it 2 of them? 2 of them with Portugal. And let's face it, going into the World Cup year, Ronaldo's possibly his last World Cup, they would have had look, I still think they'll have a chance, but I think that'd be the one there for Ronaldo, especially chasing that. 'Cause Messi's got it just on the back of winning the Nations League, another competition I don't fully understand, but you know they're out there. I think just the whole Portugal side. I think outside of England, Australia in the World Cup.
I think they're qualifying. But Australia play, like, teams where the goalkeepers, like, works in the fish and chip shop and stuff.
No, but I'm not having a go on Australia here because this is where we live.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Did you forget? Reds down, Thunder.
Australia will be there, I think.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, like, outside of England, because we're English.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, and we care about them.
Not technically at all.
And then Australia, because that's where we live, and we're so happy in Australia, aren't we? Look at us. Really happy in Australia. I think I'd like Portugal to do World Cup.
It's funny that, right? Because
Ronaldo.
English people hate Portugal because they've knocked them out of a couple of tournaments. We don't really back England at all. No. Argentina, Germany, Scotland, English hate all these. We love them. We think they're brilliant.
America beat them in a war 50 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
You go around Liverpool, like when the World Cup's on.
Yeah.
Like if you go around Birmingham when the World Cup's on, it's only England shirts. You go around Liverpool when the World Cup's on, you've got Irish shirts, German shirts, Argentinian, Brazil. All right, Jack. Last thing, we'll finish off. In your words, mate, how will Diogo Jota be remembered as a Liverpool player?
Tenacious. Lethal. Unexpected.
I'll take it.
Unexpected.
It's a good three.
Yeah.
It's a good three. I think he did. I think he did all those things. I think he'll be remembered as a player who genuinely gave everything.
Yeah.
And he'll be remembered as a player who sort of epitomised what it was for us to get back to the top. And I think, you know, look, maybe it's a bit sentimental, but we won number 20. Yeah. He was our number 20. Yeah. And I think those two things will forever be paralleled. And what an honour it is for us to have a number 20 who brought us number 20 as well. Thank you so much to everyone for listening to this podcast. It might have been a bit sad at the start, I think.
Yeah. It's sad at the end as well.
It's sad at the end. But you know what? We've tried to have a laugh as well, because Jota brought us so many great memories. Yeah. You know, so many times we'd be out on the pitch watching the Reds, and Jota had scored the clutch moment, the goal, like. Yeah. And I think that we should allow ourselves to enjoy that, because he was great. He was absolutely great.
Yeah, perfect for Liverpool.
Yeah, perfect.
I loved Andy Robertson's one. Just got me differently, man. His post for him, and he was like, he was the most, most Scottish. Or he's the most non-Portuguese person he's ever met. He said he was the most Irish Portuguese person he's ever met. He was Irish. He loved gambling. He loved the horses. He loved going out. He was like just all those things, and he said, and I always tried to claim him as a Scot. He was a secret Scot, Jota. But the things that have came out, the words people have said about him, has just been remarkable, and it's a horrible time, Reds. It really is. But I hope we've kind of give you somewhere to come and be upset. It's all right to be upset about it. We are. Like, I've held it together a few times in this episode. Genuinely held it together. And, you know, celebrate and remember the man, the player, you know, the father and the brother and the son that he was. And it was brother Andre as well, who tragically lost his life in that accident as well. You know, it's just the lives that they deserve to have and the futures they deserve to have, you know, and it's gone now, but we'll always have them here in our hearts. And yeah, it's been a tough one, this. Yeah, it's been a tough one. It has been a tough one. But something that we've been talking about lately, and you would have heard it, is something that we're big believers in, and that's message and mate. Sometimes when you're having a bad day and someone sends you a message you haven't spoken to in a while, completely changes your mindset, completely changes your headspace. So our sort of challenge to you, if you like, is to, wherever you are, whether you're on the train, in work, whether you're driving a police car or you're in the back of a police car. And you've got access to a phone. It's up your arse because you're putting it in, you're taking it to Nick. Wherever you are, send a message to someone who you haven't spoken to in a while, okay? Send a message to them and just say, "Hiya, mate. How's it go? How's it going, mate? I haven't spoken to you. Have you seen this?" I'm in the back of a police car. You haven't got the number for a lawyer, have you, by any chance? So yeah, send them a message, because you know it's massive, and it makes a big difference. In times like these as well, reach out. Yeah, send to people. You caught me off guard. I'm sorry about that. Now, just before we go, we put up a video as a sort of Reds Down Under tribute to Diogo, and Jack and his band Royal MG, they did a cover of the Jota song,
with a bit of a twist as well at the end. So we'll put that song at the end, Jack, so that people can hear it.
Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably won't be able to see it because of the old copyright infringements. But head to the Reds Down on the socials with Facebook or Instagram, and you can see that video. Tom made a beautiful collage of images for Diogo, and I recorded an acoustic version of the Jota song, the Bad Moon Rising, originally by Creedence Clearwater. And I'll say this, if you hear those words, they'll break your heart even more to that song anyway. Gives a whole different meaning to that song of them, not just what. That's the song we sing Jota's name to. But if you are watching on YouTube, head over to Instagram or Facebook and watch that there after you've given this video a like and subscribe, obviously, Tom, to help you out on the old algorithm.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jack.
And if you're on Spotify, we may look at releasing the song. We'll see how you all feel, if you like it. The response has been amazing, genuinely amazing. I listened the night I found out Jota passed away. All I wanted to do was hear a song and sing it, and unfortunately on Spotify there wasn't anything really that was fitting for it. So I spoke to Tom and I spoke to Justin, who's my writing partner, and I said I want to try and do this just as a to remember Diogo, and genuinely I broke down a couple of times doing it. It's just something I never thought I'd do, honestly. But I hope you like it anyway, and if you are on Spotify, this is it. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much again. I'm Tom, this is Jack, and I hope you've enjoyed this dedication to Diogo. He will forever be a legend, and he took us to victory, didn't he?
Forever 20.
Up the Reds.
Thank you. Up the Reds.
I see the bare moon rising. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning.